Sup, dude? This is a pointless intro! So get on with it! Watch the video!
Syria's ceasefire plan in disarray as violence spills into Turkey. Hey guys, I was in the countryside over the week or past few days, 5-6 days, and I got a video up on Friday, but I didn't get it up on Sunday. If you look at my schedule. Okay, but let's get into the news. International efforts to resolve the bloody crisis in Syria are mired in disarray and uncertainty in the face of violence spillings over into Turkey and the near-certain failure to meet Tuesday's unimposed deadline for government troop withdrawals and a ceasefire. Amid reports of new attacks and more than 100 dead, it was clear that the 6-point plan of the Un-Arab League envoy to Syria, Kofi Annan, for breaking the deadlock had stalled because of the incident demanded by the president, Bashar al-Assad, for written guarantees that armed groups would first lay down their weapons and their swift refusal to do so. Turkey Deputy Foreign Minister Nasi Koru said bluntly that the 6 a.m. morning deadline was now void. Ankara also voiced the concerns after Syrian forces fired across the border into a refugee camp near the town Kilis in southwestern Gaziantep province. It was the first such incident since Turkey began sheltering thousands of Syrians last summer and the latest to fuel international alarm about the escalating crisis. Washington expressed outrage, saying the Syrian government appeared to have little commitment to Annan's peace plan. Mohammed Abulquater, a refugee in the camp, told Reuters that he had witnessed the shootings on Monday and that 2 Syrians had been killed and 2 more had been injured. Turkey is understood to have immediately protested. Turkey's Foreign Minister Ahmet Davutoglu has briefed the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and Annan on the refugee issue, and Annan is to visit the border on Tuesday. 2 prominent US Senators, John McCain and Joe Lieberman, are also expected to visit the camps. Analysts suggested that having apparently missed one deadline for a withdrawal and ceasefire, it will not be easy for Annan to set another given the profound lack of trust between the Syrian parties. Speculation is rife about a Turkish Plan B, perhaps involving the setting up of a border buffer zone. According to the UN, 9,000 people have been killed in Syria over the past 13 months. Reports from local activities said 60 people had been killed across the country on Sunday. On Monday, activities said further 30 people, including 17 children, had been killed by security forces during the bombardment of the central town of Latmana. The Syrian Revolution General Commission later reported 30 dead in the shelling of Tel Rafat in the Aleppo area. The local coordination committees gave an overall death toll of 104 dead. None of these could be independently verified. Lebanon's Al Jadid television channel said one of its cameramen, Ali Shaban, had been shot dead near the border between the 2 countries. Syrian troops fired about 40 rounds across the border into northern Lebanon, killing Shaban. Associated Press reported, "If you see the car, you would think it was in a war zone." Shaban's colleague Hussein Kreis told the station, "The effective collapse of the Annan Plan, sponsored by the Arab League as well by the UN, means that the Western and Arab governments are likely to seek to go back to the UN Security Council, though there is no sign that Russia and China will reverse their opposition to ensuring or transitioning the Assad regime." In February, both vetoed a Security Council resolution on Syria. China did call on both the Syria government and the opposition to comply with the Annan Plan to alleviate the current tense situation and facilitate humanitarian assistance, and promote a political solution to the conflict. The appeal from Beijing came as Syria's Foreign Minister Walid al-Mualem flew to Moscow for emergency talks on the crisis with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. Syrian state media insisted on Monday that the Assad government stood by its commitment to the Annan Plan and blamed armed groups for failing to provide written guarantees that they would stop fighting before regime forces withdrew from cities. The Foreign Ministry said Annan has not offered written guarantees to the Syrian government that has armed groups agreed to stop violence, nor has he offered guarantees that Qatar, Saudi Arabia and Turkey will commit to stop funding and arming terrorist groups. Syrian opposition spokesman said that Assad's demand for such guarantees was a ploy designed to buy time. Skepticism about Assad's readiness to implement Annan's plan was widespread from the start, but the Western governments who dominate the Friends of Syria group insisted it was the only game in town. Given Russian support for Assad and the lack of appetite for outside intervention after NATO's controversial role in Libya last year. The regime response suggested it was seeking an outright rebel surrender rather than a truce as a prelude to Syrian-led negotiation about future political arrangements. Many Syrian opposition activities and foreign analysts had argued that Assad could not implement the plan because it would trigger massive demonstrations that he would be unable to contain. Human Rights Watch, meanwhile, said a report that Syrian security forces had summarily executed more than 100 civilians and wounded or captured opposition fighters during recent attacks on cities and towns. Many of the incidents took place in March this year. In the cases documented by the organization, at least 85 victims were Syrian who did not take part in fighting, including women and children. The report describes in detail several cases of mass executions of civilians, including the killing of at least 13 men in a mosque in Idlib on 11th March, the execution of at least 25 men during a search and arrest operation in Homs on 3rd March, and the killing of at least 47 people, mainly women and children, in 3 neighborhoods of Homs on 11th and 12th March.
Hey guys, welcome back. If you liked the video, please click the like button below. It really means a lot to me. If you really like the video, then please click the favorite button. It's in a add to box, it's a Dropbox, click it and it comes with favorites as I think the first option, and you click favorites and it's in your favorites. Yay! If you want to get notified when I upload videos, then the subscribe button is up there. I think it's over here somewhere. Okay, and that's pretty much all I got to say. Except for I'll see you in the next time I upload a video. So, bye.